traveling and, telling the right and the wrongs of life, track and field, those kind of things really helped me stay on the path and be a strong athlete.
Justin, could be wrong, but I think that you are the oldest 100-meter trials champion, maybe a few days older than Dennis Mitchell was in 1996. What does that mean to you at age 30 to come through like that?
I don't know. I remember in '04 I was the youngest Olympic gold medalist. Now I'm the oldest at something. So I guess it's like the changing of the guards. I really haven't worried about my age. I feel fit. I feel great. I still have that childhood spirit in me. I'm still the same Justin. I love to go out there, goof around, laugh, wish my opponents well. But I guess I set a record today. So congratulations to myself.
Justin, just a few days away till the Jamaicans have their own trials. You're saying up bolts, obviously, that Ian's seen as the favourite at the moment. I just wonder, to what extent do you think beating him and the Jamaicans is a possibility?
I don't think I will come back to a sport where I think that I'm okay with getting second or third. I train very hard. I think all these guys up here as well train very hard, 6 days a week, 6 hours a day. And we all have our eye on the prize. We want to get that goal. So if it's going to be 3 Jamaicans in our way, or if it's going to be the whole world in our way, that's what it's going to take to get around that and get that gold medal. And that's what my focus is.
Justin, the kind of elephant in the room is the drug suspension. I guess kind of the whole Balco thing, showed that people can compete dirty and not test positive. So is there anything you do to show that you are clean now? I mean, you all coached by Dennis Mitchell who had the suspension. But does any of that concern you, or are you just out there concerned about executing your races?
When you talk about track and field is a sport of what have you done for me lately, No matter what the time is. I mean, when you have guys up here, you have 2 guys who've been injured to the point where their career could have been over. And I think about the times I put on the board. I've been tested multiple times since I've been back. I've been tested once I was away for 4 years. I was still getting tested. So to me, it's not about judging myself or whatever it's been through. I've been through. Right now, I'm focused on what's in front of me. And so far, I've been a clean athlete. I've been a positive athlete. And I continue to do that. And that's what my goal is, to go out there and just run and just be free.
And Justin, what is your reaction to running a PR at 30 after what you've been through? What's your response to just the pure time that you had?
I think I have a lot left in the tank. I was very pleased with my time today and my effort that I put onto the track. I'm just happy to stay healthy. I think that's the name of the game of this year, this season, is the athletes who are on top of their game. They just have to stay healthy and just go out there and perform. Everyone's been really good and on point this year.
Tyson, maybe Justin already spoke to it, but I'm wondering, right down here, with the Usain Bolt in the field and others, just your own preparation for the next 6, 7, 8 weeks. How do you focus? How will you focus? How will you train and mentally go into a race and a future destiny that someone so good, and maybe some others are out there?
Just continue to take care of my body. That's the main thing. Stay healthy. I've been through a lot, so I gotta talk things over with my coach, physio, and just go back to training and just really must take care of my body. I know all those guys are already sharp and running great times, so I know it's going to be tough, but I'm just going to keep on fighting.
Tyson, you mentioned before the meet that you were hoping to get even through the final. John Drummond said that he wanted you to try to get through the final easily, not without pushing too hard, and you said you didn't know if that was possible. In retrospect now, after you've made it through, do you feel that you made it through relatively easily, or how hard was it?
I knew it was going to be a dogfight, you know what I'm saying? It was hard, you know what I'm saying? I had to run my heart out to make this team. That was tough. I knew nobody was going to lay down, so I just ran my heart out just trying to make the team. And my body feels good, I still have some adrenaline going right now, but it's all right.
Tyson, just wonder, Tyson, the last few months in recovering from hip surgery, was there any times that you thought that your future was in jeopardy and that you might not be able to compete here?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I had a successful surgery. Dr. Philippine done a great job with my hip surgery. It was just, things just was a slower process for me. I don't understand why I go through things like this, but, I always do, and I always try to keep fighting to get through it, but, yeah, I had a lot of negative doubts. I tried to throw them out, but it's one of those things I just had to go through, man. Like I said, I started training pretty much March, on the grass and trying to get back, and yeah, I couldn't even jog until March. I was in so much pain, but, like I said, I just had to keep fighting, man, and try to get the negative thoughts out of my mind.
Ryan, how many times did you move when you were a kid when you were living here in Oregon, and how difficult was that period?
What was that?
How many times did you move while you were living here as a kid in Oregon, and how difficult was that for you?
It wasn't difficult at all. Like I was always happy going to new places and making new friends and stuff. But as far as the numbers, I don't even know. We moved quite a bit, so I loved it though.
Justin, over here. Usain Bolt is known for playing some mind games, some move around, before the start. Are you ready for that?
I love entertainment. I love watching movies. I love watching theaters in the park. I love watching plays. So that's the theatrics that they want to do. So be it. I got to worry about my lane. He's in lane 4 doing the tap dance. That's great. I'm in lane 3. Focus on lane 3. My lane is just as long as his lane, it's no shorter, and I got to worry about what I do, so, I think that what he does and what he's brought to the table has definitely brought excitement to the track. It's brought attention to the track and field world, but I'm my own person, so I can't mimic that, I can't do that, I'm me, and if that gets him in the zone or if that messes with somebody else's head, then so be it, that's his game plan.
Brian, talk a little bit more about your travels and your history, because after high school you made the junior team. I believe you ran a 400 leg for a medal, and then you went to Red Lake Community College, you competed in the JUCO, and that's your only college competition. Just tell us a little bit about your travels there.
As soon as I graduated high school, I kind of stayed local for the year after, and trained with my old coach, John Parks, and made a decision after that year to move to Illinois and go to Red Lake. It was a good time. I loved it, had fun, would have loved to go to a D1 college, but things don't always work out how you plan, so it's all right.
Okay, Tyson only left because he had a cramp, so he's just going to cool down. Any other questions for other two gentlemen?
Ryan, do you still consider Salem home, or right now, where would you consider as home?
Oregon's always going to be my home. Like, no matter where I live, Oregon's going to be home no matter what. Not just Salem or Portland, but all over. Definitely an Oregon boy.
Justin, go through your warm-up where I noticed you walked all the way to the end of your lane, kind of looked down the finish line one last time. What were you thinking before the race, and what was the mindset in that warm-up?
I always, if you watch me, I usually do that in a race. If I get the time, I try to go through the motions of my race. I try to see where everyone is going to be in my mind. Just take that journey and clear my mind. But most importantly, I try to feel the crowd. I feel like I'm a crowd kind of guy. I don't block them out. If anything, I try to accept them and try to let the crowd empower me. So the screams and the head nods and the claps, I love that. I love knowing that there's people there who have paid money, good money, to come see a great race. And not only are we runners, but we're performers. So I definitely want to go out there and put a good show on for them. And 9 seconds is not 4 quarters. So we run by very fast, almost 30 miles per hour, and then we're pretty much done. So I want to be able to give them a good show so they'll be able to see me and have fun with it.
We'll take 2 more questions.
Justin, during your 4-year suspension, because as tough as that was, can you look back now and see, did you get any positives out of that? Did that instill any determination in you that's helped you keep going?
Yeah, definitely. You know, a lot of people, I guess, always ask me the question, do I have a chip on my shoulder or vendetta? Not at all. I'm not that kind of person. I wasn't built for that. You know, I think that life is dealt, you know, deals you a card, you got to play the card. And at that point in time, you know, it was for me to, I think, experience life as in a whole and to appreciate what I had. And now that I'm able to come back and be healthy and hopefully have it again. And in that process, I acquired a son, you know, and he brings joy to my life. And I'm just glad to be back and, you know, just share that with him. I think that I was a young 22-year-old, 23-year-old guy who was really just going through the motions of just track and field from college all the way to professional. I didn't have a chance to experience life and the joys of life. And now I do. I'm a man, and I know that I'm going to stop and sign every autograph. I'm going to try to take every picture I can because those people right there have come watch and want to see a great show, and I definitely want to deliver that to them. I really appreciate them.
Justin, for 4+ years you've been watching Bull from afar. Have you been itching for a chance to line up next to him and kind of face him head to head?
I wouldn't say really itching, you know. I think that he's a great talent, a great runner. I'm just glad to be back, you know, and I'm glad to be in such good form. And anybody that I compete against, I want to see them in their tip-top shape, you know. And competing today was a great run, you know, with Tyson and Ryan. Those guys put out a great run, and I'm just ready for London. So I'm going to go home and train. Any meets I have in between, I'm going to prepare for that. And once I stepped online, and that 6-foot guys out there, 6'5" guys out there, I'm going to go out there and prepare to race against them as well.
Thank you very much, Jeff.